Caroline Ryder of Ryder Horsemanship. Today, Zor, my 5-year-old Friesian Canadian Sport Horse Cross, and I are going to be talking about the next question for Holistic Horses, August Ask the Expert Q&A. We had a viewer write in about desensitizing and how to help a horse develop more confidence and bravery on the trail, or just in new environments and with new things. So she's asked me specifically, how do I work with horses to develop that, and do I desensitize or do any kind of bomb proofing? And my reply to that is no, I do not desensitize, and I do not do bomb proofing because it's not necessary. What I do is help you develop the level of trust with this horse and respect and leadership so that this horse starts to pay attention to you. Therefore, when this all comes together and they start to pay attention to you, the trust, the respect, and the leadership, you will develop a more confident, brave horse. And I will go through 3 specific exercises in an area over here by the wood line that really worries him. Let the camera pan over there. So this round pen space really bothers him. And he gets fixated on everything, especially if it's a windy day, and we've got picnic tables set up behind the camera so that students can watch, and the dogs are back there, and he gets really, really flighty about it. I want to help you develop the best path for your horse and the easiest path, which is more about the relationship and leadership. Because if this horse gives you 100% of his focus, you've won everything. Isn't that the name of the game? When a horse starts to get interested, not curious, but too concerned and too interested with everything around you, you've lost them. You've lost their mind. You've lost their focus. You've lost the ability to communicate with them. That's where trouble starts, and that's where it becomes very unsafe, especially on the trail. So we're going to do these exercises that are going to ask him to pay more attention to me, especially, and then look for the level of relaxation and responsiveness that's needed in our horse, so that our horse stays engaged and tuned in to us. If your horse spooks over everything, spooks at everything, or just spooks big once in a while, they are suffering from a trigger. Triggers are the symptom of a deeper issue or problem. We must get to the cause of the problem so we can fix it. How do we do that if we don't know the history of our horse? You can do this by the means of working with your horse until you achieve trust, confidence, and bravery. The following 3 exercises that I'm going to show with Zor are going to help you achieve this. And the first one is you've got to become the most important thing to your horse. And what that means is that your horse pays attention to you, that they take you seriously and they pay attention to you, not focus. I don't want my horse focusing on that over there. Because he's just going to escalate. It's going to build and build and build. And if he's focused on something that's not even existing, then it's a perceived danger. It's not real. Second, we have to start working with our horse and keep working with our horse until we can develop the 3 R's. And the 3 R's are responsiveness, rhythm, and relaxation. Once a horse develops those 3 R's, and this is in all of my training, whether it's ground or riding, then you know you have your horse's mind. When you have your horse's mind, you can control their body. When a horse loses his mind, you can't control that body, can you? You can't even get him to bend. It happens so quickly, you can't even do the bend to the emergency stop. And the third, what you want to achieve, these 2 are building blocks. So the first one is a horse has to take you seriously, has to be focused on you. The second is once they get focused on you, you're going to develop the 3 R's. Once these 2 are in place, the third will happen naturally. And that's when the horse will start to become curious and investigate his surroundings. So curiosity isn't freezing and being here on adrenaline. No. And I think a lot of you, and with my students, think that's what that means. I don't want my horse stopping and looking like this and being tight and pensive. Curiosity, bravery, confidence shows up with relaxation. That horse walks up to what is that? Oh, okay, let me go check it out. Because I'm confident and brave and I've got my leader with me. So there's a big difference in, how the horse shows up in this work and what does relaxation look like. So thank you. And we're going to go move on outside this round pen to the spooky area over there by the wood line. So I still have the camera on so that you can watch Zor's reaction as we leave this area and enter the scary area. So watch me, because again, what's the first thing I want? My horse to pay attention to me. So I'm going to watch him. The camera is going to watch both of us, but I'm going to watch him as we go around to the back of this round pen. And I'm going to get on his case if he starts focusing on that. So if he's real relaxed, which I doubt, because this is only the third time that we're going to be going to this scary area, if he's real relaxed, I'll leave him alone. But if he starts getting up his adrenaline and worried and focusing, then I'm going to redirect his attention. And I will get as big with it as necessary to get his attention. I better be more important than what he's scared of. Believe me, people, this is golden. Now, how you do it is everything. The approach is everything. So I may get really big and loud with him. So you can see a little bit of worry right now. I'm going to send him there first, because if I was riding him, I'd be back here. So watch his ears and his eyes and his lower lip, because his lower lip will hold all his tension and stress. So we're doing better. So I got real big because he looked for an out right there. If you watch his eye, he was coming left and going to scoot right between us. And no. So I'm redirecting his focus, which is over here. And then I'm going to stop. And you can see how much he's blinking and thinking. Good boy. And he looks very concerned. There he goes. Come on. So if you guys can't see how concerned he is, you need to learn that this horse is very worried. There is no relaxation in this horse. And he's not very responsive because I have to keep tapping him with the whip to encourage. So there's no relaxation because there's no rhythm. He speeds up, he slows down. Get his attention. Change direction right now. Keeps moving that shoulder over. Shut him down. Move him. Now, he may be escalating right now, but the point I want to make is I better be more important than what he's thinking about. He better be more worried about me getting on his case. And I'm not getting on his case to punish him. I'm not correcting. It's nothing to do with that. It has to do with getting his attention. So I shut that door down and he ran into my whip. I did not hit him. But he got hit because he ran into it. But you see how he licked and chewed, lowered his head, and snorted. So a lot of what's going on is he's trying to release his adrenaline. He's trying to relax, but he's still snorting just a little bit, which is the horse's alarm system for danger. But there is no danger over here, and he's never had a bad experience here. So this is perceived danger, which is not real. So let's say this is our third time here. So let's just say that he started to jump and bolt. Let him go past you. Come on, redirect it. Come on. And see if you can't get him focused on you and relaxed. Good. So I'm having to really tap him a lot with this whip right now, just to help motivate, because he's starting to freeze. So his freezing, he's using his freeze mode, not his flight mode or his fight mode right now. And the freeze mode is showing up by him shutting down and getting duller. So you have to be really careful and learn how to identify. And so I'm like, pop, 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 pop. I'm real quick about it. Wake up, tune in. Because what happens is he can't deal with all this. It's too overwhelming. So they start to shut down and become dull and despondent, not responsive. So I'm going to ask 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. He knows this. He's had a level of education. He knows what I'm asking. This way. There, that's responsive. I'm going to go left. And I want to trot. Good boy. See, I don't have to use the crop now. But look how tight his lower lip is. See his lower lip? I call that a rhino lip. Can the camera get it? So what happens when a horse is anxious and tight, it always shows up in the lips, people. You have to be careful. I've seen so many show horses and trail horses and horses in training where that lower lip is like this, just like this, and the upper lip is down, is way over, and the lower lip is really tight. Now that horse is holding a lot of tension, and it's a ticking time bomb. Good boy. Much better. But see how he's leaning into my space? His head is too high. He's too tight. So we're going to keep working here. I don't care about the wood line. I care about him and him listening to me. And when I ask him to stop, it's all through energy and intention. That's part of my approach. So I'm not pulling on the lead rope to get him to slow down. So that tells me how tuned in he is to me, which is perfect. So we're going to send him at the trot, and I'm going to ask for him to slow down and halt. So if he can focus that much on the depth of me intentionally and energetically, and not just on these tools, because guess what, people? If he flips out on the trail, you think this rope halter and lead line or bit in his mouth is going to stop him? These tools are not going to stop this horse, especially this size. He's got to be tuned into something much deeper that provides more safety. Now the fact that he keeps lowering his head, he's trying. He's really trying. I'm going to back him up, and we're going to move over on the other side here. Come on. Now be safe. I know he has a tendency to push through. So look at how I've given him that space. If he got scared and bolted, at least he has an open doorway and he's not going to run me down, because he has a propensity to do that. Come on. Wake him up. Wake him up. Wake him up. Wake him up. Yep, wake him up. Come on. Get out of my space. Good. See how reckless his movement is? So we're going to keep doing this because we're in a different area right now. Just moving 5 feet has changed him. He's got a tight lip again. He's sporadic. His ears are all over the place. So we're going to keep doing this until what? We've got responsiveness, but we don't have rhythm yet, or relaxation, but we're getting there. Rhythm is consistency in his gait, meaning he doesn't speed up, he doesn't slow down. Good. Good. Good boy. So be consistent, be repetitious. This is wonderful for horses. He's getting slower. Good, which means he's getting more relaxed. Good boy. This is what's going to develop the trust and the leadership. He's learning that he has to pay attention to you and rely on you. You're not going to give him any other choice. So you're creating the structure and the discipline, which is leadership. You're developing the trust through your consistency and repetition, your love, your compassion, and your fairness. Good. There's our lick and chew, finally. That was good stuff. And look how he wants to come into me. So he's more focused on me, isn't he, right now, than he is the woods. This is important. So that tells me that he's seeking out that level of comfort and safety with me. And he's looking at the woods, but he's not looking at the woods like this. He's looking at the woods like this. So let's go look at the woods. Let's see how if he goes up with more curiosity. Good. Good. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. Lots of positive reinforcement. Make this a good experience. Reward, reward, reward. Yeah. Now, I'd like to walk him past. He's a little concerned again. You better be more important. I don't want him bolting. So let's talk about this. If I'm a lead horse out in the field and he respects me, he knows better than to run me down. You've got to develop that and earn that. So when that whip comes up, I'm not going after him. That's the difference. But I am holding my space and I'm saying, you know what? You don't act that way when you're around me. So I'm earning respect. And I'm saying this is not acceptable. So what's the objective here? That he pays attention to me, My intention, my energy, how I direct him, how fast I want him to go, how slow I want him to go. Good boy. And that he can also start to feel safe and comfortable through the work and in this environment without being on top of me. Good boy. And how often does your horse lick and chew? That's also very important. The more your horse licks and chews, the more open they are, the more relaxed they are. If he starts to eat grass or leaves or roots, that's excellent. Because for a horse to put their head down, that's a lot of trust right there. That's excellent. Whenever I am developing horses, and then eventually we want to be able to develop the mindset for trail riding, it's so important that we take a lot of breaks, meaning we stop often. Sometimes we allow the horse to graze and sometimes we don't. But that the horse can stop their mind and relax. And if they can graze, oh my gosh, that is fabulous. Sometimes they eat nervously. Good boy. So come back here. We're going to get to the picnic table. Nope. Out of my space. You're not running into me. So watch his eye, people. You watch your horse's eye. If it starts to look at that object that he's not sure about, then you do something to get his attention. Yep. You refocus him. Because if he can give you 100% of his focus, you have won. Meaning he feels safe, even if you've got to structure it so that it works out that way. So he's breathing heavy. Shallow breathing is stress. The lip is not as stressed. But we're going to keep working. Again, we've got the responsiveness, but do we have the relaxation? Come on. Good boy. So I'm going to let the camera pan in on his lip, and his lip looks a lot better. Looks a lot more relaxed. Good boy. Now I'll bring him back over here. Sorry about that. And get him to stand quietly. So what's really nice is you're able to see right now how much I'm working with him. I am redirecting him constantly. You have to right now. He's not ready for a trail ride, and I don't want to be doing this on the trail when I know for sure his mind's going to be completely blown. You can't, at least in my work and in my experience, you can't control that body unless you have that mind. And a lot of trainers will put out information out there that says, well, work their feet, redirect the movement, and you'll get their mind. You can and you can't. If that horse is really blown, you're not going to get anything. You are not going to get anything. So work your way up so that you don't have to do this on the trail. Work your way up. Create the situation like I have. Create it, find an area or an environment that is going to push his buttons so that you can work on the ground safely. And then weeks later, months later, whatever it takes, you can start riding in this environment, which is going to make it even better. So thank you. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, Caroline@riderhorsemanship.com. May you always be one with your horse, and I look forward to hearing from you. Stay tuned for September's edition, Ask the Expert Q&A from Holistic Horse. Thanks. Signing out, Caroline Rider.